Most people try to find a winning product the same way they scroll social media. Fast, random, and based on instinct. They open TikTok, see a product with a lot of views, and assume demand equals profit. Within a few days, they have launched a store, spent money on ads, and generated little to no return. Then they repeat the process, convinced the next product will be different. It feels like progress, but is just unstructured guessing. If you actually want consistent results, you need to approach product selection like an experiment, not a gamble. Imagine someone in a lab surrounded by different products. At first, they're blindfolded, throwing darts randomly. Every miss represents wasted ad spend. Then the blindfold comes off and everything changes. A winning product is not something you find, it's something you validate. And validation comes from applying a simple framework: hypothesis, market validation, control testing, data analysis, and decision making. Step 1. Step 1 is forming a hypothesis. Before you even think about launching ads, you need a clear, logical reason why a product should perform well. First, the problem-solution fit. Does the product solve a clear, identifiable problem? Strong problem-solving products reduce friction in the buying decision because the value is obvious. You don't want your customers to be doing too much thinking. Second, emotional triggers. Does the product create curiosity, urgency, or desire? High-performing products often tap into impulse behavior. Third, creative potential. And this is super important. Can this product be demonstrated effectively in a short-form ad? If your product can't capture attention within the first few seconds, your click-through rate will suffer immediately. If a product fails to meet these criteria, it's not worth testing. This filters out weak ideas before any capital is deployed. Step 2 is analyzing market signals. This is where you move from assumption to observable data. You look for consistent engagement across platforms, not a single viral video, but repeated performances. This indicates sustained attention rather than temporary spikes. Next, you evaluate trend direction. A product that is increasing in visibility is far more valuable than one that has already peaked. You're not trying to enter at saturation, you're trying to catch momentum early. Finally, you observe advertiser behavior. If multiple advertisers are consistently running creatives for the same product, it suggests there is underlying profitability. Ad spend is a strong signal because businesses optimize around return on investment. Once these signals align, you move into step 3, controlled testing. This is where most beginners make critical mistakes. They either overinvest too early or expect immediate profitability. A test is not designed to make money. It's designed to generate data. Think of it as a controlled input. You launch a small campaign with 2 or 3 creatives, each targeting a defined audience segment. The goal is to isolate variables, not complicate them. As traffic begins to flow, the system starts producing measurable outputs. This brings us to step 4, data analysis. The first metric is click-through rate, or CTR. This measures how effective your ad captures. A high CTR indicates strong creative performance and audience alignment. If your click-through rate is low, it means your ad is failing at the first stage, catching attention. The second metric is cost per click, or CPC. This reflects how efficiently you are acquiring traffic. A high CPC can indicate weak ad relevance, poor targeting, or low engagement. Ideally, you want a balance, low enough to remain efficient but supported by your click-through rate. Next is your conversion rate, and here's where you can break it down even more to see what's actually happening. This measures how many users who click actually complete a purchase. If your click-through rate is high, but your conversion rate is low, this issue is probably in your landing page, product offer, or pricing strategy. Then there's cost per acquisition, or CPA. This is the total cost required to generate a customer. This metric ultimately determines profitability. If your CPA is lower than your profit margin, you have a scalable product. If it's higher, you either optimize or exit. You can also factor in average order value. Increasing AOV through bundles or upsells can significantly improve margins without increasing traffic costs. Now we reach step 5, decision making. At this stage, you remove emotion entirely. Decisions are based purely on performance metrics. There are only 3 logical outcomes. First, you kill the product. If your click-through rate is low, and your CPC is high, and conversions are non-existent, the market is clearly rejecting the offer. Continuing to spend is dumb. You cut losses early and you relocate capital. Second, you optimize. If your click-through rate is strong but conversion rate is weak, the issue is not demand, it's execution. You must refine the product page, adjust pricing, improve creatives, or test new angles. This is iterative improvement based on feedback. Third, you scale. If the data shows strong click-through rate and stable CPC and a CPA that allows for profit, you gradually increase ad spend. Scaling is not aggressive, it's controlled expansion. You increase budget while monitoring performance to maintain efficiency. Every decision is backed by data, not assumptions. This entire process can be simplified into one core formula. A winning product equals demand plus attention plus conversion. Demand is validated through market signals, attention is measured to your click-through rate, conversion is reflected in conversion rate and CPA. When all three align, the probability of success increases significantly. The key shift is moving from subjective thinking to objective analysis. Instead of asking, "Do I think this product will work?" you ask, "What does the data indicate?" This eliminates bias and improves decision quality. If you want to find winning products consistently, you need to stop relying on your instinct. Build a hypothesis, validate it with real signals, run controlled tests, analyze metrics like your click-through rate, your cost per click, your conversion rate, and your cost per acquisition, then make decisions based on data. Because in a competitive market, the people who win are not the ones who guess better, they're the ones who test smarter. If you like this video and want more videos like this one, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.